So this is basically everything I do to set up the tone. And when I'm connecting it into an amplifier, the very main thing, the first thing I do always, and what I always do is actually this, just set up the equalizer, and that's it. So it saves me a lot of trouble. It saves me some time and things to move around, and I don't become insane with relativities and things. Sometimes it's better to just have a good reference by numbers and frequency numbers instead of just moving things around and by ear. Now, I have this. Another thing I like is on the actual amplifier model here. That's for myself. You could avoid it, but that's something I like. I like a thick, throaty sound. I like to turn the mid up and the lows up as well. Just turn this a little bit up because you want to have a nice shiny attack and stuff. So this is what I do basically. Now let's hear it. So it's kind of a little better. It has more body. It's like deeper. If this speaker is very tiny, you can hear like a nice low frequency bed that makes it a little more warm. And open sounding. Hopefully the camera will be able to catch that up. Now this is another thing here, and this is kind of for the guy that had a problem with, or when you have a problem when you can't hear yourself, or when you're playing with music, if you turn the mids all the way down, check what happens. It probably doesn't sound bad, but you actually feel it, that the volume, the actual, the perceptual volume of this thing is going down. It sounds good, but you just it doesn't punch in front, and like it's not out in front there. It doesn't cut out in the mix. If you turn the mids up, check the difference. It also gives a sensation that it's actually louder. So this is also for the guy that asked me in a question why my guitar is so quiet. This is the only thing I could figure out: equalization. And most of us don't focus on that, but it's really, really important. Especially the mid-range. The guitar is all about mid-range. Let me check the time. The guitar is all about mid-range. If you get rid of your mid-range, you won't be able to hear yourself, or you turn yourself up, and you're eating it, or the bass player out, or the drummer out. So for you, I think your name was Retardino. This is the only answer I could figure out. The guitar sounds lower in volume because of the mid-range. You could screw around with the equalization and make it sound a little louder. That's something. It actually happens. I have played with small, like a medium-sized amplifier next to a guy with a big-ass 4x12 cabinet. I had like the mid-range equalization all set up nicely, and unpleasantly to him, I would say I didn't have any kind of problems. He was having a really hard time because his guitar was scooped all the way down, sounded like a grindcore thing, and no matter what he did, my smaller amplifier was sounding quite louder than his, and he was really cranking the amplifier up. So check the difference. No mid range. And a little more mids. So this is the point I'm making here. This is the first part of the video, and how I set up the equalization. Equalizer, to me, is the most important thing you can use, not only with this unit, but with every piece of gear you have, in order to get a good tone. It's not about what you buy, it's about how you use your stuff. And so this has gone too long. I'll post the second part where I show you how you can modify this actual the texture and the dynamic response on your distorted tone. So thank you for watching, and please click over on the second part. Click on the second part, sorry.